Hey, the Saviors are having some kind of like sleepover. Yeah, we're gonna all cuddle up and grab some giggle juice and yeah, just kick back. Grab our favorite hot irons and maybe all take turns with Lucille. It's gonna be great. Not awkward at all. No. What is up, my fellow Walking Dead fans? How's it going? This is your host, Metron Uriel. Welcome back to Nephilim Entertainment. This is my coverage of The Walking Dead, and this is episode 7, Time for After. Alright, so we got Rick, still locked up from last week's episode, and Jadis from the Scavengers. Yeah, she's doing some weird things, more than usual. She's wanting to sculpt Rick, so she's taking pictures and getting drawings and whatnot of Rick. Sculpt you, but after. After what? Closes doors. Yeah, I like how Jadis is kind of short and sweet about things. Doesn't really give Rick a lot of details. Which, Rick, he's going to have a plan, or half-baked plan at least. But this episode, strangely enough, is not about Rick whatsoever. It's more focused on Eugene. See, after everything that's happened with the Saviors being locked up in confinement, Dwayne and Eugene have some words. Well, apparently Eugene has got Dwight's number, but he prefers to keep things on the down low. Why? My guess is that he wants to sort of have that means of, I know something about you, so this is what I have to bargain with. As opposed to going and snitching, because I'm guessing he would lose Dwight as an asset. Right now, Dwight has a feeling of finished. Everything's finished with the Saviors. Negan's finished, the Saviors are finished, the whole place is finished, everybody's finished. He's finished. I'm guessing with everything that's went on, he's got this sort of resentment towards the whole establishment. Because if you think back, he's actually done some very bad things in the name of Negan. But on the flip side, we have Eugene, who is got sort of a hate-love thing going for We Are Negan, because he's all about survival at this point, and he figures that he's getting on the winning team. That Negan's has got all the answers, and that at some particular point, we know Eugene is bad about sticking close to who he thinks has got the best survival instincts. Before it was Abraham. And ironically, the person who undone Abraham was Negan. So, Eugene's going to attach himself to the alpha male of the whole entire group, which, I'm sorry, but I think Rick's got more of the alpha man complex. But anyway. So, he is Negan at this point. But, yeah, he's getting towards a kind of cold to everybody. They're all just traveling companions. No friends, no family, nothing. They're just travel companions. In other words, a means to an end. Really ungrateful of you, Eugene. Really ungrateful. Bastard. After everything that happened, and I mean, you even got to watch Rosita, see Rosita naked. You're just completely ungrateful. But, finding out something interesting, too. Apparently, Eugene's way of coping right now is to take part in what he calls giggle juice, which, of course, alcohol. He calls it giggle juice. Don't know why, but he is using it to help him sleep better, and he is finding comfort in drinking a lot of giggle juice. Becoming an alcoholic. There's a sign that things are great. Yeah, just drink yourself into a stupor. Yeah, that means that life is perfect. But on the outskirts, we have Tara, Morgan, Daryl, Rosita, and Michonne, and they're all sort of having a nice little powwow, and they're actually bickering on results. Tara, Daryl, and Morgan they all feel that the best solution to end all this is to march up in the encampment, find Negan, put a bullet in him, wipe out anybody who gets in the way. Michonne right now is just going with whoever she feels she owes it to. Rosita actually is the one she's kind of holding back on the whole idea. She's not too keen on just marching in there and slaughtering the whole group. It's kind of interesting philosophy. But with all that going on, Negan's actually starting to get a little nervous about the people. He feels that he's good at this shit. His exact words. Not everybody else is, though. He feels like that not everybody else has got what it takes to survive this. So he wants Eugene to come up with a solution that can make sure that nobody gets eaten, shot, or shot then eaten, or eaten and then shot. So he actually shows something that he has not shown anyone else in this story, and that's actually mutual respect. Yeah, he goes for a handshake, which, of course, he does I don't know why he does it like that, but he's going after the whole mutual respect for Eugene, which is weird, because I don't know if he's baiting him, because you don't really see Negan give out much mutual respect. Except for maybe Carl. But Carl's just ballsy for his age. That's what Negan feels. But for him to do that to Eugene, is he playing Eugene, giving to Eugene what Eugene wants to hear? Which, if you admit, is kind of interesting, because everyone else at the camp treated him like he was sort of like a child in their care, as opposed to treating him with an adult with a brain. And Negan's doing that. So, whether or not Negan is in the right, he's treating Eugene in a way that he wants. Therefore, Eugene's going to be more apt to do things for him. I see why you did that. Now it makes sense. It all makes sense now. Negan is like that obsessive brown-noser that makes you feel good about yourself, and that's why you keep him around. So, who's really in control here? Negan or you? Not Negan. Negan's in control. I don't know why I said that. Maybe I don't have respect for you. But Eugene is actually reliving something that they don't really talk about much. And the two people that brought it up tonight is Rosita and Eugene. Eugene was more of a mentally reliving the whole Sasha death thing. It's where Rosita's actually talking about it. So I'm just wondering if that's where Eugene's coming from with all this, is because he witnessed Sasha die, thought he could save her, but instead she ends up dying, as opposed to maybe actually trying to put forth the effort to actually save people. And that's one reason why Rosita's not going with Daryl, Tara, and Morgan on the whole raiders of the Savior camp, because she feels like after seeing Sasha's death that there's no point in actually more bloodshed. There's no point in going half-cocked. Stick to the plan. That's her big thing. Stick to the plan. There is a plan that has been made. Let's stick to it, guys. That's her thing, because without a plan, you end up like Sasha. Good point. Michonne, she feels like she's in a way feeling the same way. So she's cutting ties. She's done. She's heading back to the camp. She's just going to leave them to their own. Which I'm curious to see what will happen when Rick finds out about their half-cocked commando kind of thing. Well, speaking of plans, Eugene actually comes up with one, and actually is pretty legit using the science stuff. He actually makeshifts a little drone / hovercraft to play music to actually lead the walkers away. Sounds like a great plan. Until we hear a voice from behind him telling him not to move with a gun cocked. Wait. I recognize that voice? Dwight, what are you doing, man? Come on, what are you doing? I understand you got these ties and got all these loyalties to the Saviors and not only that, but you're wanting everything to fall into place. But that does not mean that you throw a wrench yourself into the monkey works. Because it's going to come back with your fingerprints on it sooner or later. But I will say this. Eugene acts like he ain't got the balls to do anything. But he had a gun pointed in the back of his head. Still had enough gall to bend over, turn on the iPod, come back up, guide the craft off the ledge, and still did not even bat an eye towards Dwight. That took balls. I mean, yeah, he was calling his bluff, but Dwight could have shot him. Legit. I mean, yeah, it would have raised more questions than answers. But for someone who is a coward doesn't think. I mean, look at Gregory. Gregory is straight a coward. He will put his own safety above everything else. He is fearful, and he will do anything to avoid pain, to avoid any kind of thing that scares him. And that's all he thinks about. Self-preservation. Eugene had enough gall and enough smarts about him to know, hey, nothing's going to get done unless I don't take action. So therefore, he actually had a moment of courage to actually stand up and say, no, you can shoot me, you can make an attempt to shoot me, and you can threaten to shoot me, but until you actually shoot me, let's get this done. Bravo, sir. My opinion about you is actually starting to lift a little. Good job. So, he launches a plane. Dwight doesn't like it. Dwight starts shooting at it. Big surprise. It raises a lot of people shooting back. Tara and Morgan's group start shooting. The Saviors hear the gunfires. They start shooting. All of a sudden, there's guns going back and forth, which would have made a perfect opportunity for someone to shoot Eugene, but it didn't happen. I mean, all hell breaks loose. All hell breaks loose. And then Daryl does the one thing that I think everybody was wanting to do. He runs a trash truck up in the middle of the side of the door over at the Savior's sanctuary, leads all the walkers into the sanctuary, and then all hell breaks loose even more. People start dying, much to Eugene starting freaking out. But once again, at first he has a breakdown, tells Gabriel while he's in recovery, tells him, I'm not going to do anything to help any of this. I'm only worried about my own safety, my own results, and that's why he's not going to do the right thing. He's going to do the smart thing. He's going to do the thing that makes him survive. And by that, he gives Negan the idea to, hey, won't you unload on all these walkers? I will make you some more bullets. Which delights Negan in every facet. And you think he's going to actually rat out Dwight, but he doesn't. He does not rat out Dwight. Why? My only idea is that Dwight's playing it close to the vest because he wants an asset to keep close. Not only that, but Dwight is more or less Negan's right-hand man at this point. I mean, besides Otto, or what's his name, Otto or Oliver, whatever. Simon. No, I'm sorry. Simon. Simon's his name. Simon's sort of the right-hand man. But Dwight, I think, is more of the soldier that Negan likes to keep close. So you're going to write out one of his favorites. First of all, is Negan really going to like this idea that you're writing out his soldier? And second of all, what benefit will writing someone out do, other than sow mistrust with the other Saviors? No one's going to trust you after that, because everyone's going to feel like you're a narc, that you're kissing up to Negan, that they can't do anything without you going and tattling on them. So I can see why he doesn't spill the guts. Not only that, but it's also a good asset to have over Dwight's head, because you can cash that in later. It may not have much value at this point, but eventually it's going to go up in value, and you are going to cash that in at some point. So with all this going on, Rick, back at the trash heap, is dealing with Jadis and her crazy self. Well, apparently, her idea to take care of Rick is to have him out in his boxers, put out in the middle of the trash heap, while leading a walker on a pole to his demise. And by his demise, I mean to Rick's demise. Apparently they're going to feed him to a walker. You only got one? Oh, that's so cute. You got one walker you're going to try to use to kill Rick Grimes. Ain't that adorable? Yeah, obviously Rick, being the badass that he is, frees himself. Takes out old dude. Takes out two dudes, actually. Actually gets a hand on the walker pole, which that doesn't sound as weird as it was meant out to be. Gets a hold of the walker, leads the walker to Janice. This engages the head of said walker, and then actually holds Janice down to the point where she's almost getting her nose nibbled on by a walker. And actually convinces the scavengers and Jadis to join along on his side. Now, the deal is, they get 1/4 of the loot. But with 1/4 of the loot, Jadis wants something else. She wants to sculpt Rick, not wearing the boxers, as is. You want to get Rick Grimes' new girl and sculpt him. Girl, please. You already made the whole proclamation in front of Michonne, his girlfriend, by the way, who wields a samurai sword, that you're going to lay with him. Now you're going to tell him that you're going to sculpt him naked. Girl, I like Janice. I do. If I was Rick Grimes, I'd take her up on it. That's just me. I mean, crazy chick, why not? But the only problem is with her group, can we trust the scavengers? I mean, honestly, can we trust the scavengers? But Rick actually takes the scavengers and takes them back to the sanctuary, where they're going to discover that Negan is behind locked doors with a wall of walkers surrounding him. Well, to much of his dismay, he actually gets upon the sanctuary. His sniper, one of his lookouts, is actually dead. But when he actually goes to take a peek at the sanctuary, he discovers all the walkers are gone. Where did they go? Alright, up next for The Walking Dead. Negan's free, obviously. Negan's free. He's going to Alexandria, and he is about to break open a can of whoop ass on everybody. So with him being free, people are starting to prep up. Everyone's scared. They're all worried that Negan is going to lash out in a big way, and it would not surprise me if he does. I mean, this man has not exactly been known to be patient when it comes to people making threats towards his life, especially when you got Rick, who apparently has the biggest grudge with Negan, and Negan also has the biggest grudge match with him. So next week's going to be interesting, especially since it's going to be a 90-minute episode. With that, it's going to be the mid-season finale, and they are proclaiming, quote-unquote, the shocking moment of the season. And it's going to literally be a shocking moment. So I'm curious what it's going to be. I'm also worried that some of my favorites are going to die. And I have a laundry list of favorites. Well, we'll get through this. We will get through this together. It'll be okay. Alright, so my question for this episode is, can we trust the scavengers again? First time they betrayed Rick, handing him off to the saviors. Now Rick wants to try this again. Can we trust them? Let me know up here. That's going to do a wrap for me. Give me a big thumbs up down there if you like this video. Be sure to subscribe to my page for more content. Stay tuned to the end of the episode for more content. But this is Metro and Rail on Nephilim Entertainment. Wishing all you daydreamers and creators out there, keep your heads in the clouds. Peace.